When you look up at the night sky, some of those bright dots are planets, our solar system neighbors. One of the most famous is Mars, the red planet, glowing with a fiery reddish-orange light. People have wondered about Mars for thousands of years, drawn in by its mysterious color and presence. That red color, it's real. Mars is covered in iron oxide or rust, giving it that signature hue. So Mars is basically a giant, dusty, rusty world. This unique color made ancient civilizations like the Romans name it after their god of war. Mars stands out in our solar system's color palette. Earth is blue, Mars is red. It's a world with its own mountains, weather, and secrets, close enough to study but still full of mystery. Mars makes us ask big questions. Are we alone? Could we live somewhere else? It's not just a rock in space. It's a destination, the next great adventure. The story of Mars is just getting started, and we're all part of it. So next time you spot that red dot, remember, it's a whole world waiting for us. Let's dive into what makes Mars so fascinating. So, where is Mars in our cosmic neighborhood? Our solar system is like a big family, with the sun at the center. Closest to the sun is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, third in line. Mars is next, the fourth planet from the sun, our immediate neighbor on the outer track. Its position means it's colder and its year is longer, about 687 Earth days. Seasons on Mars last twice as long as ours. But being neighbors doesn't mean we're always close. The distance between Earth and Mars changes constantly. Sometimes we're just 34 million miles apart, perfect for launching spacecraft. Other times we're on opposite sides of the sun, over 250 million miles away. This cosmic dance means we have to time our missions carefully. Mars is close enough to dream about, but far enough to make the journey a real challenge. Its place in the solar system shapes everything about it, from its climate to its potential for life. Mars is our next-door neighbor, and the adventure to reach it is one of timing and patience. That's what makes exploring Mars so exciting. Mars may be our neighbor, but it's the little guy compared to Earth. If Earth were a basketball, Mars would be a softball, about half the size. Its gravity is only 38% of Earth's, so you'd feel light and could jump 3 times higher. But this low gravity means Mars couldn't hold on to a thick atmosphere. Over billions of years, most of its air escaped into space, leaving it cold and exposed. Earth's strong gravity keeps our air close, but Mars lost its protective blanket. Despite its size, Mars has a huge personality, home to some of the solar system's biggest features. Its small stature shaped its destiny, making it a cold, dusty, and mysterious world. Mars may be half Earth's size, but it's packed with twice the intrigue. In space, it's not about size. It's about the story you tell. And Mars has a story worth exploring. Earth has one big, beautiful moon, but Mars has 2 tiny, odd-shaped moons, Phobos and Deimos. They look more like lumpy potatoes than perfect spheres, probably captured asteroids. Phobos, the larger one, is just 14 miles across and orbits Mars 3 times a day, rising in the west and setting in the east. It's so close to Mars that it's slowly spiraling inward and may crash or break apart in the distant future. Deimos is even smaller, about 8 miles wide, and orbits farther out, taking 30 hours to circle Mars. From the surface, Deimos looks like a bright star drifting across the sky. Scientists think both moons were either captured from the asteroid belt or formed from debris after a massive impact. Their origins are still a mystery, adding to Mars's intrigue. These 2 little moons are key parts of the Martian system, quirky companions to a fascinating planet. They remind us that Mars is full of surprises, even in its skies. Phobos and Deimos may be small, but their stories are big. They're just another reason Mars is so captivating. Let's keep looking up. Planning a trip to Mars? Pack a warm coat and an oxygen tank. Mars's atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's, like standing atop a mountain 3 times higher than Everest. And it's mostly carbon dioxide, not the oxygen and nitrogen we need. The thin air can't trap heat, so Mars is bitterly cold, average temperature minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. On a summer day near the equator, it might reach 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but at night it plunges to minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit or colder. These wild temperature swings make survival tough for both robots and future humans. The thin, toxic air means you'd need a spacesuit at all times. Mars is a harsh, unforgiving world, nothing like a stroll on Earth. Its weather is a constant reminder. Mars may be our neighbor, but it's a very different place. The cold and thin air shape everything about life on Mars. It's a world that challenges us at every turn, but that's what makes it so fascinating to explore. Mars is a planet of extremes. Mars may have thin air, but it's still a world of wind and dust. The planet is covered in fine, reddish dust that gets whipped up into massive storms. Some dust storms are local, but others can grow to cover the entire planet for weeks. When that happens, the sky turns orange and sunlight nearly disappears. These storms are a huge challenge for our robotic explorers. Solar-powered rovers can lose power and go silent. The storms are triggered by Mars's oval-shaped orbit, which causes big seasonal temperature swings. Extra heat kicks up powerful winds, lifting dust and fueling these global events. Mars may look quiet, but its weather is dynamic and sometimes violent. Dust and wind shape the Martian landscape and our missions. It's a world always on the move. Mars may be small, but it's home to some of the solar system's most spectacular sights. First up, Olympus Mons, the largest volcano anywhere, 16 miles high and 370 miles wide. If you stood at its base, you couldn't even see the summit. It's that massive. Next, Valles Marineris, a canyon system stretching 2,500 miles, deeper and longer than Earth's Grand Canyon. It's a giant scar, formed by the planet's crust cracking apart. Then there are the polar ice caps, made of water ice and frozen carbon dioxide. In winter, dry ice snow adds layers. In summer, it sublimates back into gas. These features tell Mars's story: volcanic eruptions, tectonic forces, and climate cycles. Mars isn't just a red ball. It's a world of extremes and wonders. Its landscapes are bigger and wilder than anything on Earth. Each feature holds clues to the planet's past. Exploring Mars is like stepping into a natural history museum on a planetary scale. The sights are breathtaking, and the mysteries are endless. Mars is truly awesome. The biggest question: was there ever life on Mars? To find out, scientists follow the water. Everywhere we find water on Earth, we find life, so Mars's watery past is key. Evidence shows Mars once had rivers, lakes, maybe even an ocean. Rovers have found ancient riverbeds, deltas, and minerals that form only in water. The Perseverance rover is exploring Jezero Crater, a former lakebed, searching for signs of ancient life. Most of Mars's water was lost to space, but plenty remains as ice at the poles and possibly as briny water underground. The hunt is on for biosignatures, fossilized signs of past life. Perseverance is collecting rock samples for future study on Earth. Finding even a microbe fossil would change everything. We'd know life isn't unique to Earth. The search for life on Mars is the ultimate scientific adventure. Our exploration of Mars began with telescopes, then robotic missions. In 1965, Mariner 4 sent back the first close-up photos, grainy but groundbreaking. Next came orbiters and landers, like the Viking missions in 1976, which searched for life and sent back stunning images. The first rover, Sojourner, landed in 1997, proving we could drive on another planet. Then came Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance, each more advanced, exploring craters, mountains, and plains. These rovers are our robotic geologists, making Mars feel close and real. Ingenuity, the helicopter, showed we can even fly on Mars. Now the dream is to send humans. NASA, SpaceX, and others are working on it. The challenge is huge, surviving the journey, landing, living, and returning home. But one day we'll see human footprints in Martian dust. That will start a new chapter for Mars and for humanity. Our adventure is just beginning. Mars awaits.